Prime Time Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Hello and welcome to Primetime Local News. I'm Mastarta Lazo and thank you for joining us. The owners of Guardian Plumbing and Heating gave a special presentation at this week's Rotary Club of Lloydminster meeting. The Guardian operators Blaine and Joey Stefan discussed micro combined heat and power, which generates both heat and power at the same time.
Micro combined heat power is kind of neat. We're able to take the fuel you're already burning in your home and use it for a couple of purposes. And one is making electricity, and then we take all the heat from making electricity and use it in your home still and get rid of your electric bill. And for some customers that like to be off-grid, we can also help them with that and make it reliable instead of running diesel and gas generators all winter.
One question that came up during the presentation was about the effect that tariffs will have on Guardian's prices. So far, Guardian's prices have not been affected by the tariffs.
Bought a lot of pre-tariff stuff. Furnaces and air conditioners haven't necessarily made it to that. We're thankful. But there's some changes in refrigerant and some other good reasons we're able to maintain our pricing from last year at this point. And we're hoping to help a lot of our customers out with that starting this spring.
Joey and Blaine Stefan encourage anyone interested in Guardian's services to head to their Facebook page or website at guardianplumbing.ca. Over the weekend, the Lloydminster Public Library had a party to celebrate the welcoming of two interesting-looking creatures. The amphibians, mostly known as axolotls, were introduced on Saturday, where the library had all sorts of crafts and games going on for kids to enjoy.
Called We Axolotl Questions, and it featured our two axolotls that are just brand new for the library. They'll be here for the month of April. They were provided to us by a local store. Rob from Koi, etc., is loaning us the axolotls for the month of April. We really enjoyed it. We had nothing but positive feedback from everybody involved.
Axolotls are definitely trending right now, as many people have heard of them from the iconic video game Minecraft. So it was a perfect time for the library to host this event.
Opportunities for learning and for just having fun together. So axolotls are super unique creatures. They're aquatic salamanders that regenerate their limbs and their antenna. And so they're just unique creatures that almost everyone wants to check them out.
The library also has some fun events planned for spring break and upcoming in May. It's now time for Retrospect. Here is Nick Hott.
This week on Retrospect, we travel back to the year 1997 for a look into how students brought awareness to drinking and driving.
This is the second year the Students Against Drinking and Driving group has been operating at Lloyd Comp High School, and members do feel they're making a difference.
People are a lot more aware than maybe they were before SAD came into place. I think there's still lots of ways that it can be improved, but I think ultimately it has to come to people's hands. They have to take the message and they have to take the action themselves.
Students at Holy Rosary High School say they're recognizing Impaired Driving Awareness Week next week in conjunction with grad activities. However, SAD officials say with the popularity of SafeGrad, they're more concerned about the upcoming May-long weekend and having all their students come back alive Monday morning.
Anywhere you step in the hallways, it's, oh, there's a big party, are you going to be there? It concerns me because a lot of the people don't care if they end up killing somebody.
People think, well, it's not going to happen to me, and that's when it always happens. I've met people that have had it happen to them, and they're still shook up about it year after year, so it doesn't ever go away.
The entire student body is caught up in the excitement of the May-long weekend. Many defend their party plans for what they call a 3-day drunk fest.
Everybody goes out to the lake and has a great time and blows off some steam before tests come.
First long weekend of the year or whatever, when it's starting to get a little bit warmer. Get really drunk
But they say they're responsible partiers.
Since Steve's died, not a lot of people have really drank and drive since then, so we're pretty responsible when it comes to that. But otherwise, we're just walking or while stumbling around and having a great time.
The SAD members will keep spreading their message, hoping this weekend getaway doesn't turn into a lifelong tragedy. Julie Matthews, NewsHour.
Next, we jump forward to the year 2000 for a look into a musical dance group called Mirage performing in the border city.
They played to a packed house. The musical dance group Barrage has definitely left their mark on the border city. Many local residents enjoyed the unique show.
I think it's amazing. I'd never heard of them before, and I'm very pleased to be here tonight.
I think they're really great. They were kind of dancing a bit before, and I thought that was really good, and they sing.
Yes, actually it's excellent.
What was your favorite part?
I think all the footwork and the choreography that they have is incredible.
Their music is inspired by Jewish, East Indian, and even Chinese music. And a big part of the show was the amazing dance routine. NewsHour caught up with the band while they were setting up this afternoon. Even though they've played to crowds in London, the US, and most recently in Disneyland, band members say they're excited to play small towns.
Some of the more memorable gigs have been like the smaller town ones. It's just, you know, there's less people and it's a smaller venue, so it's like a smaller area, so it's almost more intimate and interactive almost with the crowd. So it's kind of fun that way for sure. It's a lot more personal than doing like a huge show in some big hall where you can't even really see the audience at all.
The people in small towns are the same as the people in the big towns, and sometimes they're even better and more appreciative of the things, because sometimes they don't get a lot of things as much as the big cities do, and so they're so appreciative and they love it. They're always into it, and they just have such a good time that it makes us have an even better time on stage.
It was clear the group enjoys being on stage. Throughout the 2-hour show, it was hard to resist the music. But there is another element to this show. A portion of the proceeds go to the Rainbow Society. It's an organization that grants wishes to sick and terminally ill children. The band says it's a way for them to give back.
I think it's amazing that we can help people who could use the help that we need, or that they need, excuse me. I think it's amazing. I mean, what a better way to be able to say, here you go, we want to give something back to a community that has given to us before, so it's wonderful.
When they wrap up their show here, the band will continue their tour across Alberta and Western Canada. From there, they'll head off to play Denmark and Norway in the summer. Rochelle Chandria, NewsHour.
And that's all for this week of Retrospect.
Retrospect is brought to you by Webb's Machinery. Find New Holland products at Webb's Machinery, your dealer in Vermilion, Vegreville, Lamont, Wainwright, St. Paul, and Consulate.
We'll have more primetime local news after the break. The third annual Mother's Day High Tea event is coming out on May 10 at the New Life Community Church. Our Randy Cormish got the chance to speak with the event coordinator to learn more.
Today, I'm joined by Katie Hines, who is the event coordinator for the Mother's Day High Tea event that is coming up. And today, we're just going to be talking about the event. So thank you so much for joining me today, Katie. Could you just start off by telling me a bit about the Mother's Day High Tea and what people attending can expect?
Okay, so I would start off just by letting you know that a high tea is truly an elegant and refined experience. So I'd like to start by clarifying actually with what it is not. So I run into people that think that it's more closely related to like their traditional come and go tea that their grandparents have done, where guests kind of pop in and out and the food is all buffet style. But that's not what our event is about. A proper high tea, in my opinion, isn't a buffet style. It's actually a served 3-course menu. So what I would like you to anticipate when you're coming is from the very moment that you arrive, you'll experience both a sense of sophistication and warm hospitality, because I think that's really the heart and nature of a high tea. So each guest has their own carefully set place setting with their very own perfectly placed china and teacup. And through the event, you have attentive servers that come and serve you a variety of teas that go along with the event. And so it's just an afternoon that's steeped in tradition. So every detail, I guess, is designed to make you feel special and celebrated.
Okay, awesome. That sounds amazing. And yeah, is this event annual, or is this the first year that it's been happening?
This is actually our third annual event. So our first year we did the Queen and Ladies high tea. Then our second year, which was last year, we did more of a 1940s theme, so pin curls and lipstick. And I would say that that's my favorite part of the event, is just watching the guest participation, how much they get into it. It just makes the event. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And what is the theme for this year's event?
This year, we named it the Beauty and Bloom High Tea. So I would picture it's, a celebration where elegance and just the natural beauty of spring come together in perfect harmony. So I think one of the things that I get asked most is like, what do I wear? And like last year, I had strangers who would stop me or message me and be like, I bought my dress and I'm so excited and it's awesome. I love that enthusiasm. So if you're wondering kind of what to wear, I would say let your inspiration be like garden party elegance. So it's about combining grace, the beauty of blooms, and creating just an atmosphere that's both timeless and fresh.
Okay, amazing. And yeah, what kind of planning and preparation has been put into the event this year?
So preparation and planning started actually back in September. That is when Deneen at Applause Decor started texting me pictures, and we started to just kind of brainstorm to create a concept of what this year's high tea would look like. I would say that right now currently is our busiest phase, just to make sure that everything comes together perfectly. And I will say that I'm thrilled to announce that Richardson's Jewelry is actually our presenting sponsor this year. And so what that allows us to do is just make the event even more special. So just helping us truly uplift and celebrate the mothers in the community. I would say that it is our aim every year to just build on what we've already done to make it bigger and better than the last year, which means an incredible amount of behind the scenes work. Everything from collecting, teapots, china, collaborating with the bakers and servers and volunteers. So a lot of time and effort goes into making sure that like every detail is flawless, so that it truly is seamless and memorable.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, where are people able to get tickets for the event?
So ticket sales will come on Thursday. So that is April 10th. They will be able to call. Her name is Dawn at 780-305-1082.
Okay, perfect. And yeah, what kind of food can be expected for people that are attending?
What I'm currently in the process of doing is partnering with local bakers, chefs, artisans to create a traditional 3-course menu. So they get served on those 3-tier trays. First course is always our delicate finger sandwiches. Then second course is your freshly baked scones with clotted cream and jams. And then the final selection is just mouth-watering sweets. And then we pair that with a tea tasting along with the high tea. So it's a high tea with a bit of a twist.
Okay, awesome. And yeah, that was all the questions I had for you today, Katie. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to do this. And I appreciate you telling me more about the event.
Thanks, Randy.
And now here's a look at your closing market.
Today's oil prices are brought to you by First General Services.
Lloydex's 2025 Spring Rare and Exotic Sale took place over the weekend and was another fantastic event.
We're going to get 130. So 120, number 120.
The sale had alpacas, chickens, goats, and a variety of other animals for purchase for people of all ages.
Anybody that likes a chicken and a rabbit or a goat and a pig and a sheep, I mean, we've got everybody here. I mean, you walk around, you see we've got the little kids that are right into this, right up to the people that have been doing this as long as I've been around the sale, right? So it's everybody.
This year even had some new rare animals to make the sale even more exotic.
I mean, this year we've got some coon cross pigs, llamas, alpacas. There's fainting goat back there, bottle sheep, lots of different breeds of chickens. Just about anything you could want for breeds of chickens.
If you're interested in attending a rare and exotic sale, there will be another one held in the fall, once again at the Lloydex. The Harvest Collective Market is coming up Mother's Day weekend. Abby St. John has more on this year's spring market.
I'm very happy to be joined here today by the organizer of the Harvest Collective Market, Terry Huser. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Now, we're going to do a quick preview of this upcoming Harvest Collective Market, which is taking place Mother's Day weekend on May 10th. It's very exciting. And I was scrolling through your Facebook, and there's so many businesses and vendors this year to choose from, and that's amazing. And before we get into this year's, for those who may be new to the Harvest Collective Market, what is it, and what is the goal of having this market open?
So Harvest Collective is essentially a craft show. We feature 40 plus prairie-based handmade vendors. We try to focus on handmade specifically. And it's a really fun day. Like, we have a cash bar. You can grab a mimosa or a Caesar and sip while you shop. And we've got like a great variety of vendors, everything from food to home decor to clothing. This year we have Fiore Cafe joining us. They'll have an assortment of hot drinks you can get. So don't grab a coffee on your way. Stop with them and grab a drink. And yeah, just like a really fun atmosphere. And with it landing on Mother's Day weekend, it's a great opportunity to buy a unique gift for the person who might be hard to buy in your life. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And going kind of more on this year, you're on Facebook and posting everything that is you'll be able to see and or buy at this market. And there are so many different businesses and vendors to choose from. There's something for everyone. So can we talk a little bit more about what people can expect from this year's vendors or from this year's events? I know you gave a little bit of a preview with Fiore Cafe.
Yeah. So there's a lot of really fresh faces this year. We've been doing this market, I think this is like our 11th or 12th time in Lloyd. And so there's a lot of repeat vendors, but this year we've got a few new ones. There's skincare, there's candles, there's kids clothing, adult clothing. And yeah, it's just a great assortment of vendors. I always say this, but I literally feel like there is something for everyone there.
Yes, absolutely. I have to agree with you on that. Just going through all of the different, there's some jewelry, and then there's some, like, it almost looked like 3D toys, and it looked definitely something for everyone. And it is perfect the way it's landed on Mother's Day weekend. Moms definitely can be the hardest to shop for. So this is perfect way to celebrate, take your mom out to this market. Now, if you can't make it to this market, you do have multiple throughout the year. So maybe before we wrap up, touch on those a little bit, so people, if they can't make this one, they can plan for the next couple.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got 2 more events booked for later this year. So we always do a fall market. That one will be at the end of October. And then we'll do one at the beginning of December to kind of kick off the holiday season. And yeah, you can find a full list of our vendors and more details on our website, which is harvestcollectivemarket.com. And then, like you said, on Facebook and Instagram as well, there's more details there too.
Wonderful. And finally, it is taking place on May 10th, but to remind people, what time and where is it taking place?
Yeah, so it's at Nissan Hall at the Lloyd X from 10 till 4 on May 10th. And one thing I didn't mention is it's free admission. We always accept donations at the door. We're going to choose the olive tree again this year. So if you can bring a non-perishable food donation or a monetary donation, we will gladly accept those at the door for the olive tree. And if you can't bring anything, that's okay. We want to make sure the event's accessible for everyone. So yeah, come swing by and check it out.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you the best of luck for this first Spring Harvest Collective Market.
Thank you so much for having me.
And now let's take a look at your pets of the day.
Send photos of your pet and their name to have them featured on Pet of the Day.
Thank you for watching Primetime Local News. I'm Astarta Lazo, and have a great rest of your day.